Hi, I'm Wanhee, and even when I looked like this, I thought to myself, I deserve something better. Call it delusion, call it ambition. I just knew I wanted the physique that stood out. If you secretly think this too, let me show you exactly how you can use your laziness to turn your ambition into reality. Let's get into it. We know you're lazy. You don't want to do a lot of work to get the results that you want. But you do want the result. You want a body that looks good on the beach, that stands out, but at the same time, you don't want to work out 5-6 times a week, hours at a time, grinding up chicken breast, drinking protein shakes, grunting and sweating in the gym like all these freaking gym bros and Instagram influencers. This video is going to show you exactly how you can do that. The first thing you got to realize is if you train more than 3 times a week, mathematically, you train more times than you rest. That's not that lazy. That's pretty busy. So a lazy guy, you want the best results, you want to do the least amount of work. That least amount of work is around 2 to 3 times a week. So don't listen to all these gym bros. Don't listen to all these meatheads. Just train literally 2 to 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is the setup that I recommend for all the people that I coach. So just start there. The next thing you got to do is focus on the upper body first. I'll tell you why. We're going to get to the lower body, but as a lazy, ambitious person, you want the best result, the most visible result to make you look good and lean like that. You take your shirt off on the beach and it just looks good. You don't feel self-conscious with the belly fat. You don't look skinny fat. You want to change that first. And you want to do that in the shortest and the easiest way possible. So you're going to have to focus first on the upper body, building that V-taper. What does that mean? Focusing on exercises that just hit that upper part of your upper body. Shoulder presses, chin-ups, lateral raises, incline bench. These kind of exercises first, make them the bread and butter. So if you do those 2 things alone, that is probably the laziest way to satisfy your ambition of having that sexy aesthetic body. Now, if you want that system broken down step by step, so you just train 3 times a week, you know exactly how much to do every exercise, how to do every exercise, then you can grab Aesthetic Body Blueprint. It's my system for you lazy guys who want the ambitious aesthetic body. Next, let's say you go 3 times a week to the gym and you're focusing on the upper body, but your workouts take 2 hours. You go there, warm up for 20 minutes, warm down for 20 minutes, and it becomes like a 3-hour thing in your calendar. When life gets busy, you're not going to do it. What do you got to do? You got to choose bang for your buck exercises that hit that part of your body really strong, and you got to get it wrapped up within an hour or less. And the only way you're going to be able to get the stimulus to grow muscle but not grind 2 hours in a gym is by making the exercises heavy enough so your body understands that it's time to grow. So there's 2 things you got to do. One, you got to focus on big compound movements. The second step is you got to up the weight. You got to constantly be in the gym thinking, I got to increase the weight because I'm too lazy to do 10 sets. I'm too lazy to do 2 hours of training. I don't want to do that. Just raise the weight and do 2 to 3 sets. Just raise the weight and do 5 to 10 reps. That's the secret. That's how you get the ambition that you have with less effort, is by increasing the intensity and lowering the volume so you don't end up sweating and panting like all these guys that spend hours in the gym, years at a time, and their physique looks still average AF. Next. Now that's it. I don't even want to make it more complicated than that. That's literally what you do on the training. But as you know, if you're ambitious about your physique being chiseled, you're going to have to get the diet right. So what do you do on the diet side? First of all, if you're lazy, you don't want to cook all these meals. You don't want to be calculating the calories and the protein and the carbs and fats of every single meal you eat, weighing up the chicken breast on a plate and doing all of that. So what do? You're going to have to choose a few meals that you've calculated. So you do have to calculate in the first few instances. Maybe that's 3 meals, maybe that's 5 meals, but you've made something simple that is high protein, relatively low carbs, so that you can stay in a calorie deficit. Now that you have about 3 to 5 meals that actually work, you just rinse and repeat. You eat the same boring, lazy meals over and over and over again until you reach your goal. For some people, this might be a selection of 2 meals they repeat for weeks or months. This is possible. Now for myself, I love food. You've probably seen me eat all kinds of food in all my videos, so I need a much bigger variety. It might be 5 to 10. So what do? You go through the initial effort of calculating the calories and the protein of these meals to make sure they land in that calorie deficit sweet spot. What is the calorie deficit sweet spot? This is the calories that you have to eat to drop weight sustainably without bouncing back. How do you calculate it? You got to go on Google, type in calorie maintenance calculator, calculate your maintenance, which for most guys guys will be somewhere around 2300 to 2600. Bigger guys will be higher. Smaller guys, older guys will be a little lower. You subtract 300 to 400 calories from that number, and that is your sweet spot. So you want to make your staple meals kind of fit that range, which will be around 2000 to 2100 calories. Now that you've got it, you just eat the same thing. Literally go to the same restaurants and order the same meal until the restaurant owner, literally when you're about to order the meal, they're like, you want that thing, right? And then you go, yeah. And then they just bring the food. That's what happens to me in pretty much all the restaurants. I'm about to order and they finish the order for me because I order the same thing the whole time. Next, you're lazy and ambitious. But let's say you have someone who's ambitious just like you. That's great, right? You share your ambition, you're dragged by them, but they're not lazy. They're like busy ambitious. What these people are going to try and do is try and take you on all of these busy ways of achieving their ambition. They're going to say, you know what, man? We got to do some high rocks. We got to go on a marathon. Why don't we train for that? Hey, man, are you free on Sunday? Let's go and do a bodyweight workout, by the way. They're going to come up with all these fresh ideas that are supposed to push you towards your ambition. This, as a lazy, ambitious guy, is a trap. They're going to drag you to all these things. What they don't realize is that your energy, your mental energy, your physical energy will get zapped out, and then you will not want to train next week. You will want to eat more. You will start to tip the balance out of laziness into busyness.
You will fall out of balance, split your differential, and tip the fuck over. Or worse yet, I've seen this happen, implode.
No, I don't want to implode, sir.
And over time, this is going to compound and you're going to start to develop a weird relationship with training such that you don't miss it anymore. You don't want to train anymore. And you just end up eating a shit ton. So when you find a busy, ambitious guy that tries to take you to all of his cool little things, have the foresight to say, yeah, thanks, man. I think that sounds really cool. I'd be happy to come along and support you, but I'm not really going to do that right now. I've got a good thing going. I don't want to mess it up. The next most dangerous person, who's even more dangerous than the busy, ambitious guy, is the lazy, non-ambitious guy. This guy is lazy just like you. He wants to get great results without wasting his life. He loves smart systems. He loves what you got set up. But he's actually not that ambitious as you like. He doesn't want that physique that looks good. He doesn't really feel like he deserves to look like a movie star, absolutely chiseled with a V-taper. He's kind of content just to be like, yeah, you know, just get things going, and I don't really see the point of building a sick body. I mean, who really cares? That's kind of lame and vain anyway. Who likes to appear it?
Fucking lingerer, man.
Yeah, totally.
Lingerer.
These kind of guys, they're just lazy. They don't have the ambition. What they're going to do is first, they're going to drag you into their reality and just keep you lazy and make that feel all right. And even worse kind is they're going to start making fun, sneering at you, trying to twist what you're doing into something that is uncool. And this is toxic. So you got to be able to recognize these two signs and try to get out of it. Surround yourself with other lazy, ambitious people, which is another way to say smart, ambitious people that don't want to do any extra work because their energy and time are limited. If that's you, by the way, and you literally want the smartest and the laziest, simplest system to drop fat, build muscle, and build a system that sustains this period for life so you can get the body, control your body, how it looks for the rest of your life, you can apply to join my coaching program, because that's exactly what I teach. And my clients drop weight like this, they build muscle like this, and the progress is insane. So join us if you want that. Next, ambition without action is no different than daydreaming. This is one of the biggest things I had to realize when I was in my early 20s. I had all of this ambition about the physique that I wanted, about the business that I wanted to build, about all these ideas. I even had startup ideas and all this kind of stuff. And I'd just sit there in my bed imagining what would it be like to have these things. I'd go into parties and social gatherings and drinking situations and explain and talk to my friends about how I want to start a YouTube channel, how I want to start this business, how I want to build this body, and this is my plan. Guess what? You're only as good as the action that you take. In the meantime, loads of people were actually taking action, even if it wasn't such grandiose ideas, and they'd built up something that was much bigger than I had all talked about. And it was only in my late 20s that I realized this, and I thought, I haven't really built anything for myself. In order to match my ambition, I need to take ruthless action. And I did cut out those people that we talked about previously in my life, and I just buckled down and said, you know what? All I'm gonna do is just act. Understand that if you don't take action on your ambition, you're just gonna be a daydreamer. You're just gonna be that guy in the pub with his pint of beer talking about an idea he once had. Make sure you put ambition into action. Next, lazy people, they want things done, they want results, but they don't really want, if they don't have to do it themselves. Now, the training, the diet, like you training with weights, you eating healthy enough to grow muscle and get lean, you can't let somebody do that. Like if somebody else eats for you, they're going to be eating into their body, right? So you got to do those things by themselves. But you got to think to yourself, what are some ways I could get other people to do the hard work for me? You already kind of do this. If you take, let's say, the bus to the gym, or you have a friend who drives you to the gym, you have these little things that make your life easier. This is one of the biggest things that you must do as a lazy person, is instead of asking the question that busy ambitious people ask, which is, how can I do this better, faster? That's what they're always asking. As a lazy person, what you got to ask is, how do I do this easier? I want to give you a simple hierarchical thing to remember. When you are doing well and you want to improve, think to yourself, how can I make this easier? Then ask, how can I make this better? And then, how can I make this faster? Because usually when you try to make things faster, you run into the trap of getting way too busy and it won't align with your life. Next, the last thing that I want to say is your ambition is one of the greatest assets that you have in life. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't hide it. And don't think that it's bad for having it. I'm not saying that you have this, but we live in a society where sometimes ambitious people are frowned upon. People will try to bring you down. People will try to think, hey, you don't even deserve that. Why do you even want that? Oh, he thinks he's so good. Like, he's arrogant. Like, they'll try to sneer at it and try to make your ambition die. I always had this thing inside of me where it was like, I want better than the average person, whether it's in my physique, whether it's in my business, whether it's in my relationship. If you have that too, don't be shy of it. Don't be hiding it either. Okay, be confident enough to say it out loud. Obviously, don't just freaking say it in front of your social circle just to be like, I'm better than you. Don't do that. But when you need to say it to yourself, when you need to say it to someone just to say where you're going, don't be afraid to speak that out loud. Because where does that ambition come from? It probably comes from an innate self-worth. You have some kind of belief, self-worth and self-belief that you deserve something better than you currently have. And that belief is something that people will pay to have. They will die to have it. Because when you don't have it, what happens is self-sabotage. What happens is you think you don't deserve that next level, so you'll naturally somehow just not try hard to get there. Or when you get close enough, you will sabotage yourself. So if you have that superpower of having that ambition and feeling like you deserve the next level, you already have the most difficult thing that people struggle with. You just need to put in the action that we spoke about that's going to match the ambition that you have. Understand that you can be lazy and ambitious and get the results that you want. If you want the lazy training system, get it below. It's right there for you. I hope you have a good day. See you next week.